Oh, sorry. We are back, guys. My apologies. I'm still getting used to all of the new overlay stuff. So things were a little awkward. Right before the break, it took some time to get set up. What year is it now?
Yeah, sorry I'm here. I was just had my thing off.
You guys just ended 488. It is now
Perfect.
489.
I'm putting the son's birth date on here.
Do we have a name for this young boy?
Father's name was Robin. Uh, I can't say.
Okay.
Rachi? No, something Rowe. Something Rowe. Roger. Just Roger.
Sir Roger. Young Roger is born.
Let's
Okay.
see, we have. Where are we in the winter phase right now?
We're done with the winter phase.
Did we ever do the upgrading
Oh,
stats
you know what?
for a
We
year?
didn't finish the winter phase. We did skip.
Oh, yeah.
My apologies. Yep, let's do that. Wives receive a D3 in skill points.
Put up.
Sorry, I just need to really go to the bathroom, so I think we kind of skipped over that. Of course, you guys get the three options: a D6 plus 1 in skills up to 15 and knightly, one skill to 20, or improving an attribute, trait, or passion.
Except for size, right?
Except one,
Yeah.
you can improve. Oh yeah, you
Up
can
to.
improve
Oh, yeah,
size
yeah,
after
not at all.
21.
Um,
You can't prove size at all, right?
Robert will, yeah, he'll put the last one he can put in the sword, max it to 20.
You can improve size using your 1,000 trait nightly bonus thing. That's the only way.
If you have a trade at 20 and you roll a 20, is it a fumble?
No, you get you take it at 21.
So you can't generally fumble.
You can't fumble if you've got a skill of 20, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are you asking if you get a 20 and you roll a 20? I thought you meant like during the winter phase.
No.
Yeah, you can't fumble.
Um, hmm. For
Are you allowed to push passions up to 20?
Let's see here. Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Using this, you can improve a passion to 20. No trait can be increased over 19 using this, but a trait can be pushed to 20.
All right. My hospitality is
Should
going to
be.
go up slightly.
To 20?
Actually, no.
No, to 19.
19.
I really want to be a nice person to people. I don't want conflict when it's not necessary.
Sounds like you need to hang out with the diplomat, Duke Brastius. Maybe become a wise counselor to Earl Roderick.
Arthur, did I get any honor for defeating? I forgot to ask you. It was for love. So, for defeating my brother-in-law?
You get 5.
Okay. Cool.
You would get 50, but blunted weapons means by 10.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to kill him anyway, so I'm happy to have 5 only.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll. Trying to figure out what I want to up.
Okay. And of course, everyone gets their trait, attribute, passion, glory, anything you have over 16, you get that much
Oh, yeah.
to a maximum of 100.
19 Vel.
You know what? I will increase honor. It's a losing cause, but I'll do it.
No, wait. Not attributes, right?
It's
Not
passions and
attributes.
traits.
Passions.
Yeah,
traits.
yeah. Passions and traits. Okay.
Alright.
Thought you just said attributes. I was like, no, wait. So 38. 20, not 28, 38. Cool. So did you pass me? Never mind.
I'll tell you. I am at
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. Who's the primary highest right now?
That's what I'm putting in, just
Yep.
to make sure. Ah, there we go.
Sir Robert, after the death of his wife, is somewhat more renowned slightly than you.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, we're all fairly close on this one.
They were very close. Actually, literally, what put me over you is the duel. Others should be exactly even.
That'd be interesting. No, I'm going
All
through
right.
all those old knights that I was given at the very beginning, all those people, and like trying to like, all right, where do they fit?
Excellent. Okay, so court is held this year at Curran Chester. The guests are among Uther's many powerful vassals. There are two that are most noteworthy: Duke Ulfius of Silchester and the Duke of Lindsey.
Okay.
There are two women outside on a bench, at a familiar-looking bench near a familiar-looking tower. Middle-aged knight's going to be 35.
Cool.
And one of them says, "Having all of these great dukes around every spring makes life here very crowded." The other one says, "Yes, but it's not so bad this time, is it? Don't you think it's bad news when they're here? Another war? Are the Saxons going to come here again? Listen, darling. If it's kings and dukes, no Saxons will ever get close here. Well, they'll say having all these men around sure is a pleasure for some of us." And then we've got that canned audience laughter from pretty much every sitcom ever. So in attendance, handing out news in 3 different sections of the feast hall are Duke Brastius, Prince Madoc, and Duke Ulfius. King Uther is in attendance, wearing the crown, handing royal conversation. The noble women are serving once again and are the target for you. There's not much being discussed this year. What would you guys like to do?
Ask around, I suppose. See if there's any interesting rumors to be heard.
Okay. All right. Give yourself a check in intrigue.
Robert will give that a try as well.
Okay.
He'll see if there's any.
I'll give it a random shot, see if anything will happen.
So,
But
Robert, you tried to
Ooh,
do...
success.
Oh, yeah, give yourself a check. Robert, you tried to do intrigue, but people have heard the story of how weird your life has been lately. That, you know, you got pooped on by a horse, then you rubbed poop on your face, ran around naked, your wife fought a Saxon and then died. You know, like, your life has been crazy the last few years, and all the noblewomen are coming over to console you. They're like, "Oh, you poor dear. Oh, there.
So Robert will try and strike up a conversation with
No.
Lady Guiona. No?
Oh, Guiona. Holy shit. Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, this happens.
And he speaks with her, and he's all like, "I understand your pain. I never knew that my heart could ache for the loss of someone. I love my family so, but to lose a spouse, it must have been so hard for you when." No, I'm forgetting his name. Sermon.
Sermon.
When Sermon
He was your
passed
brother for
in battle.
years in battle.
Yeah, I remember his name. When Sermon passed in battle, he was a brave knight. I mean, I understand some of your pain. So he's just like talking to her, and like he understands. He's just trying to he empathizes with her and stuff.
Okay.
So he's just kind of
Make a
coming down.
courtesy roll. I would normally say flirting, but you're not trying to flirt. I'm not hearing you spit game, so...
Did I?
So
Really?
she spends most
Thanks.
of the time, like, she's heard the stories about you, and she just doesn't want to spend time with you. And so, she's polite about it, but you keep trying to cling to her and want to talk about sad times. And it looks like she's ready to move on and not talk
Okay.
about poor Sermon, her 5th suitor to have died in a row. during a war, but he was her husband and her first. Oh boy.
So Robert will just kind of finish with like, perhaps you're right. Perhaps we must look to the future. I do not know how I shall, but I shall endeavor.
When you say that, the noble women come over during your intrigue and are like, there. So the rest of you, Sir Aurelius and Sir Sasha, you know, you're sitting next to each other at the feast hall, and a noblewoman comes and like puts her back up against the two of you, so she's like standing back to back with you guys, and she looks like she's trying to do something else, but she's speaking to you like over the shoulder, and she says, "The site of the battle has been chosen, and the confrontation is set, but the king's vassals have not brought as many men as they could have. Keep it quiet." And then she kind of whirls around and disappears into the crowd.
Oh, that's peculiar. Sounds like we don't have as many men as necessary.
Strange tidings.
Who would like to do what?
I don't know. There's nothing really that he's really doesn't want to start up strife. Anyways, he's not really curious.
Well, Aurelius might continue the tradition of just giving grand orations about the deeds of the past year.
That sounds wise.
So he will tell of these strange flying frogs and their
Oh, really?
sharp
You'll
teeth.
tell the Battle of the Water Leaper.
Indeed.
You may have to expand on that one. Kind of whisper.
Okay, give yourself a check and orate. And you will gain 10 glory for this oration here. Men are interested to hear about you fighting fey creatures such as these. There are not many knights who would go up against fairy folk. In fact, they say that the last man to go up against the fairies has not returned. That Sir Lyrus, the assassin knight, was sent on a mission 2 years ago and has not been seen.
Sir Lyrus or Sir Lycus?
Sir Lycus. Indeed, the man that you believe who has left his daughters in your care has not been seen since that day.
For my own treasury, it might be important to recover him.
For my... That took a moment to sink in, and then it was like, yeah, it could be, yeah, sure. Okay, anyone else have anything they'd like to do? Wow, this is the
Yeah, can
most
we speak to
comfortable I've
Dukes?
been in this chair in like
Let's
6 months.
talk to the dukes. What are their names? Duke Ulfius and Duke.
Duke Brastius and Duke Ulfius of Silchester.
Oh, I don't know. I keep on wanting to
Duke-
try something, but
Well, Duke Brastis, I don't like him. So I'll talk to Duke Ulfius. Let's see if it
Okay.
goes better.
When you are waiting in line to speak to Duke Ulfius, a man steps into the line behind you, wearing pure black armor. And he
To make a
says,
heraldry?
"Sir Robert, it has been long since I have seen you across the field of battle, sir. How have you been?"
So I turn to him. Can I try and recognize him? His voice is his. Yeah,
Yeah, you could either recognize or heraldry.
I'll try and recognize him. Since this is not like he seems to personally know me. Not just my house. Oh
Ooh,
shit!
crit.
Echo! Give yourself a immediate point up, I think, right? That's what happens when you crit this shit? You get a check
I'm
plus you
not
get...
sure.
Very
No,
nice.
no,
I
I,
know
think you
No,
just
no,
get
no.
you just get a
No.
check in it.
Yeah, that's. I think for passions you get
Yeah, you
a
get a
immediate up.
point up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you recognize this as Sir Blaine's, the steward of Levkamagus, the Black Knight. He is the he was the commander of the battle where Sir Eled was killed.
Yeah. So Robert doesn't even turn. Like he just recognizes the voice. Like he sees a hint of black and recognizes the voice, and he's like, "Sir Blades, it has been some years."
I see you are well, Sir Robert.
I am. Though Sir Elad fares not so well.
Sir Elad was a wise and crafty foe. I mourn his loss for all of England. Speaking of loss, I hear you have recently lost a wife.
Robert just chokes up for half a second. And he's like, "That is true."
And then he kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder and tries to turn you around to face him.
Okay. So Robert will almost shrug the arm off, but then he'll turn to look at him.
He looks you in the eyes, and this is probably the first time you've seen his face. He's got deep black eyes and dark black hair. And he says, Sir Robert, if I could have you swear allegiance, liege lord, to my line of Silchester and to Ulfius, I may be able to offer you a new wife and a new manor in Silchester. Do you not tire of Roderick's foolish ways, of his speeches about honor and politics? In Silchester, we get things done and we fight Saxons. It's what your wife would have wanted, is it not?
She was pretty big about that.
Yeah. Do not speak as if you knew my wife, and do not offer insult to my lord to my face. You are lucky that we are in the halls of the king.
He says, very well. The offer will stay on the table for a year and a day.
I need not a year and a day to think this offer. You are a great knight and a good warrior, and well renowned in this country. But my honor and my loyalty to my lord is not so easily dispensed with. I thank you for your offer, but I reject it. And he turns around.
So there's the young squire there that's like writing all of this down, and he's like, holy shit, this is going to make an amazing passion story.
So he just, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually pretty badass. There's a really cool way of rejecting him, too. Gain 10 glory.
Okay. For rejecting.
Yeah,
right.
I guess gain a point in pride. Yeah,
well, okay, that is
gain a point of pride. That's it.
I got my pride back. Yes.
Yeah.
The point I lost to that hunter.
You reached. You were in line for Ulfius, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ulfius greets you and says, Sir Robert, I have heard of your loss, good sir.
Robert,
many women from Silchester are interested in men such as you. We have heard often of the strength of Salisbury knights. Could I convince you to perhaps stop by our county sometime? It is but a day's travel from your manor.
So Robert says, I thank you for your offer, my Lord Duke. Perhaps if my duties to old Roderick permit, I may.
He says
so kind of letting it know that, like, bringing up Roderick's name, knowing like it's unlikely, but I'm accepting, politely. I'm not being, but it's unlikely I'm going to show up because of Roderick.
So he tips his head towards you and says, it is a loyal knight who chooses an earl over a duke. I appreciate your candor, sir. I have this to say. Word is that Praetor Seragius was defeated by King Claudius in Frankland last summer. Since that time, he has not been seen again.
I have heard of this news as well.
He gives you a dismissal.
He said, says, luck on the battlefield. I offer the Duke, and then, he bows and leaves.
He mutters briefly and says, make an awareness roll.
Not my strongest skill, but I'll go for it.
Okay.
All right.
He says, we shall need such luck.
Oh, Robert pauses for a second as he walks away, and then he continues.
Okay. Who
Well,
would like to-
Aurelius will go to Prince Maddock.
Oh, okay. All right, Prince Maddock. Let's do it. So you reach Prince Maddock, where he greets you warmly and says, Sir Aurelius, I have heard of your situation. He's just nodding.
Yes, my lord.
I have this news. All vassals of the king must report to war this summer with half of their knights. Bring 40 days' worth of food. See that you are prepared, Sir Aurelius. It will be a difficult year.
Well, my lord, thank you for this news.
And
And I will
issue a
withdraw
dismissal.
and bow.
Okay. Okay. Anyone have anything else they'd like to do?
Are we gonna set off a battle after this? Or
Perhaps.
is this? I was just trying to figure out when we're leaving because there's more time. Like we'll be in court for a few weeks. Or
Yeah,
something.
tomorrow you march.
Okay. All right. Okay, so later that night, like, is there a feast this night? Like, we're gonna have dinner,
Yep.
and is this
Yep.
like, yeah? So later that night, Robert will go up to Guiona.
Make another
Yeah.
pass at it.
No,
This is
he's
gonna be-
just like Robert's just feeling more reckless now because things have happened,
And
and
have to be
Guiona
a
he
flirting
feels
role, friend, because
Yeah.
you've already tried courtesy.
yeah. No, it actually will be because it's gonna be like a weird thing though because he's like Lady Guiona,
He says, are you drunk, Sir Robert?
I am not drunk. Perhaps I am not my usual self, though. For more than one reason. That it seems that,
That music.
yeah, like, you are a fair and beautiful lady, and many a knight has sought your favor. And it seems none have been able to hold it for very long. If that is God's choice, then I so too. He pauses for a second and he says, he just guards that thought and he's like, I do not know if I deserve to live or die, now that my love has passed from this world. But it seems that your beauty would be worthy of, would snap, perhaps make life more livable.
There we go. We finally got
Yeah.
around to it.
Yeah.
Well, roll your
And he's
flirting,
like-
sir.
There's one more thing he wants to say before he rolls. He's like,
Okay.
I leave for battle, and I ask you for your favor. For if I am to be, for I fear that I must either perish on the field, or I must break this curse that has lain upon such a fair lady, who is not deserving of it. That's his thing. So he's like, either I'm gonna die, or like I'm gonna break the curse.
Let's see if
kind of
game
on it.
recognize game.
Come on, let's go dice.
Watch him fumble the shit out of this.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Nice.
all right.
it's
So
a success. It's not-
She starts crying into her handkerchief and says, "Oh, Sir Robert, your words move me." She hands you her tear-stained handkerchief and says, "Please do not die in battle, sir. Please do not. The curse must be lifted, for surely my heart cannot break a sixth time." And then she runs off crying towards the handmaiden's quarters. And Earl Roderick comes up behind you and says, Sir Robert, I'm pretty sure my voice is the same this time as the other time earlier.
Hey, where's the crown? I don't. Who are you?
Ah, of
Are you
course.
Earl Roderick?
We're in
There we
Uther's
go.
Hall, so he gets the crown.
All right.
I see you are taking after Lady Guiona. She is quite a catch, sir, but I must say, you're aware that her property passes on to Sermon's male heirs.
I care not for her lands. I care to either break this curse and free one who has suffered under love for too long. and perhaps free my own heart in the process. And if such a beautiful angel shall be the yeah, I'm losing the
All
words,
right,
but
no,
you know
we
what I
got
mean.
it. Roll
Yeah,
courtesy.
yeah.
Roll courtesy. We'll see if the game can once more recognize game.
Nope,
No,
apparently not.
You know what? I'll give you a check in flirting. But
Yeah.
so Earl Roderick shakes his head and says, "Such foolish words."
That's actually better. I like that he thinks it's foolish. Because
You
he is.
should
He's being
know,
reckless.
Sir Robert, that once more I must decide the fate of Lady Gwiona. She has not had a second husband. I must be very careful which knight to marry her off to. She is much less desirable without her lands, and Sermon left her with little or no dowry, so...
Yeah.
While she
Sermons
is a
like that.
reputed woman, perhaps she is not good enough for one of your stature, young as you are. We shall speak more of this during the winter.
Okay.
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 Sir Sasha, do you have anything you'd like to do after this disastrous meeting? Watch Sir Robert die in the next battle. Just
Yeah.
fucking
Robert's happy
destroy
to die.
this girl's heart.
He's just distraught. He's just gonna go for it. Like, if he sees a berserk, if he was in this state when he fought the 6 guys, he would have fought them to the death.
Anyone have anything else they'd like to do then?
Don't
Can't-
think so.
Can't say there is. I guess once again thank Earl Roderick for his obliging my foolish request.
Of course.
Though I know it may be so.
All right. Well, perhaps remember one of Aurelius's ladies got married, right?
Yes.
So maybe that was the Crocher of the Green Hills.
Maybe
Yeah,
I think
Makes
so.
sense.
I think that got
from my
solved.
request then.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the next day, as spring begins to end, you march for days. Outside Somerset, King Cadwy meets King Uther, but neither the Somerset king nor his troops join Uther's marching army. Who will command your squad in this battle? Uther's army is outnumbered 6-1 by Cadwy's troops.
Wow. Okay. Anyone
You're also
got
surrounded.
battle? Anyone have battle 15?
I have battle 15. I
Go
don't
for
have
it.
anything higher. Does anyone have
That's
higher
it.
than 15?
Battle 15.
All right.
Well,
Well, I
Robert's
guess
a warrior, not a leader.
I will do it then.
Hey, Aurelius.
Aurelius.
All right. Given my luck with rolls, I'm not sure how great a plan this
Wait.
is, but
Before
Do it.
Aurelius actually sets out to lead them, Robert actually will just, out of respect for him, he'll make the sign of the cross.
Okay.
I am.
Can you actually make a spiritual roll for me to see if you would go against your own faith?
Okay.
Robert.
Unlikely I'm gonna make it since I've been rolling shit. There we go, failing like a pro.
Okay. Can you roll a worldly check for me?
Oh, being religious. I might succeed this. No. Yes.
Nope. Okay, so you do what you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So I make the
you
sign of the cross.
sign of the cross as a sign of respect.
Yeah.
The armies are prepared and given numbers and terrain. The king's army will surely be slaughtered even if it wins. Victory will be Pyrrhic. King Uther rides forward to the parley, Merlin walking beside him. The king yells, "One land, one king!" Duke Gorlow appears out of Cadway's lines and says, "Justice!" Merlin says, "Show him the sword." Uther draws Excalibur, and the crystal gleams brightly, even in the morning light. The bright light reveals the troops in the woods, and they gasp and withdraw. You are no longer surrounded. Duke Gorlow looks worriedly at his nobles around him. They are worried as well. "Behold the sword of victory," Merlin says, "forged when the world was young." Duke Gorlow holds a hurried parley among his men, then steps back towards Uther and shouts, If I surrender, what do I get, Uther? You get... The king starts angrily, but he is interrupted by Merlin, who holds a hurried chat with Uther. The king continues and says, very well, Gorlo. You gain all the land from here to the sea to hold for the king. I accept! Shouts the duke. Cheers go up from both armies, and everyone can say afterwards that they were pleased with the nobility of the lords, for they patted themselves on the back and said that all good was done for Lograve. Hashtag white power, hashtag patriarchy, hashtag... Seriously, everyone just shows up and is like, let's kill each other, and they're like, oh, yeah, we're good now. Everybody's great!
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all Englishmen, like, right? We deal with this civilized.
Let's
We're
have
not
a battle.
Saxons.
Oh, shit, you have a crystal sword? Well, let's just be bros then. Yeah, we're civilized. Oh, man, this game sometimes. I don't think white power is what I was going for. What's the white version of the patriarchy? Privilege. White privilege. There we go.
Yeah. White power
Yeah,
is a
white
bit,
power is totally wrong. I
it's a totally
apologize.
different thing.
White privilege. You know, it's because I've been watching the nightly show with Larry Wilmore. And
Oh,
they
I
go
love
into
the nightly show,
Yeah,
man.
it's so funny. They go into the racial
Yeah.
stuff pretty heavily.
Yeah.
I crack up whenever I watch that show. It's pretty serious, though, too. They had that Mars thing recently. All right, Gorlo and Uther camp together, and the knights spend their time drinking and talking. And late at night, the Duke goes away. At dawn, it is discovered the Cornish army is missing. Uther looks smug and marches his army north to Lindsey to threaten King Octa and Eosa the Giant. He leads the army to Riostock and sends his knights and soldiers to hunt down any Saxons they find. But neither Uther nor Octa and Eosa want to have a pitched battle, and so they are restrained to mere skirmishes.
Skirmish away, boys.
If you would like, you guys can have a quick skirmish against Saxons.
Hell yeah. Robert's up for it. It all depends on you.
Robert's the leader. I will follow.
I must
as-
oblige to Sir Robert, I suppose. Though I don't hate Saxons, I do wish they would leave.
Saxons
Eh.
go home. You stand outside with the sign, Saxons go home. But here's some sandwiches for your trip.
I'm a hospital. Even to them.
We should... Lads, we cannot let another year pass without spilling Saxon blood for glory and for the king.
Okay, can you make
And old Roderick.
you make a hunting roll for me?
Well,
Oh.
let's hunt some... Now
If
we're
you would
on.
like, I'm not used to hunting man, but I'm used to hunting.
Are we in Salisbury?
You're not.
No, so they don't get the bonus.
You're in the
okay.
far Northlands, my friend.
All right.
I'll give it a shot, but I'm probably going to fail.
Yes, chat. My apologies. It was right privilege, not right.
Oh no.
It's okay. Robert knows his shit. Don't worry.
Excellent. Now, follow Sir Robert.
Sir... Why is everybody making hunting rolls? You know, if you
Oh.
fail, you just wander off into the woods, right?
Well, I figured I was
No.
gonna try because I figured I
It's
was.
not like the usual
Sure.
thing. No, you guys
Yeah,
are doing
like-
your own thing then.
Okay, so for future
Oh.
reference, you don't like each individually roll it. That means you're going in your own party and just getting lost.
Yeah, well, in that case, I would have followed Robert
Sir
because
Robert.
I've had no
I
skill.
rolled first anyway.
You gain
so-
a check in hunting, Sir Robert.
Okay.
You come across a band of 6 pillagers led by a Saxon war chief. Will you engage them? They outnumber
Yes.
you quite heavily.
Yeah.
Very well.
Robert will engage.
You may
Robert.
pick your unit formation
How
many
before
idiots
you
got death?
engage. They are in the following formation. Coming. So they are like in a line walking away from you. Just
We press the
generally
advantage. Yeah, what we can.
We are mounted on chargers, though.
Yeah.
If you wish to be, then you are.
We are. Are they mounted?
I'll have to check for the Saxon. He gets randomly rolled for. The bandits are not.
The king, the leader might be. Oh, he's leading 6 of them? Wow.
Yeah.
Against 7. All right.
All right. Okay, you're gonna engage. So I need to check for who the Saxon is. Saxon is
A Creole.
He is a Horthgenet with axe
Okay.
and spear. He is not mounted.
All right.
Okay.
So you're all going to take the first charge and charge into them with your lance.
Hell yeah. With sword.
Mhm.
Sword.
Sword.
Yeah.
Sword.
Sword.
You can't switch.
Very
switching
well.
would be- Yeah.
Mhm.
You can pick where you'd like to move to charge into them, or what formation you want to be at all. This is going to be more freewheeling than most of the battles you faced so far because you're so heavily
Robert,
outnumbered.
do you want to go there
charge
and try and finish off one?
Yeah, we'll charge down in line. We'll ride down the first. Like,
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys all get to roll with a +5 for your. being
Is there any
mounted.
kind of preparation for the battle that we could have planned, or is that the hunting roll just to find them?
no, we just
Hunting rolls
we
to
see
find them. So you get a +5 for first charge, and you get a +5 for being mounted
Sweet.
over there.
Cool.
Not being mounted. You slam into the bandits who are wearing
Holy shit!
leathers.
Super crit.
Oh,
the one that's-
crit as well for Aurelius.
Mark down.
I would have crit
So-
even if I did. Oh yeah. I'd have crit even if I didn't have the bonuses. Damn.
Mark checks.
Sword, the one in front of me as well.
You also crit. Mark a check there as well. You ride hard into them, slamming your chargers. Roll your damage. Sasha, you literally slice through the one that you're attacking, as does Sir Robert. Just completely brutalize them. Aurelius, you knock yours unconscious and deal him a lethal wound, but he is not dead. So I'm just going to pull him sideways and give him death tokens. You can feel free to step on his square, because there's a
Okay.
will. So he is left bleeding and dying. Okay, on their turn, the bandits assume that you are going to move to them. They all begin blowing their passion rolls off for their hatred of knights and plan to attack. Two of them will attack Aurelius when he moves to here, which is what they suspect. The leader will attack Robert, and the one on the right is aiming to attack Sasha.
What are they all armed with?
The bandits are armed with great spears, which will negate your +5, -5. And the Horthgenot is with spear and axe. He currently has his axe out.
Okay.
What are your guys' choices?
We can split up our attacks, right?
Aurelius will step up to strike at the leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
The far
We
right one is disheartened.
All right.
Or so we can charge. We can charge again.
You cannot charge again. You need 7 move in order to begin a charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can simply just move forward.
Basically,
To
all we
attack
can do is
them?
move.
Then they'll
No,
get
we
a free
can't.
attack.
You,
us?
yes, they would.
Oh, then why would we move?
Because we don't have a choice. We don't have another option besides getting close to them.
Oh, we can just stay here and
Yeah,
say
but
come.
then they'll stay
come
there
at us.
too.
There'll be no
But
progress.
you could just move a single thing forward and just attack the leader.
Well, again, if
Yeah.
you move during a turn, you can't also attack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're assuming you're coming at them at this point. They're kind of... if you've seen Vikings, it's like the battle on the beach where they all, like, get into a line and kind
Yeah.
of huddle up and, like, pull people past them.
I don't
Well, in
think
that
the leader's
case,
actually
why don't
closer.
we
The leader's
move
just
back?
in the line still.
The leader
Why don't
actually
we
is
move
closer.
back a little bit.
Okay.
So
Oh,
that
then-
we can charge on our next turn.
Yeah, that's a
That's-
good idea.
If they're not coming for us.
Yeah, let's do
So
that.
the 3 bandits all have great spears, so
Yeah. We wouldn't get the bonus on
you
actually
would
charging
not
them.
get...
We'd get it on the leader, though.
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
we
all
don't get
going
a
to
charging
just-
bonus.
So, I mean, you guys spend your turns moving back. He's going to just
Yeah.
move behind his line when you guys charge forward.
All right.
So
Fair enough.
You guys are going to charge forward and hit the bandits either way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's do this.
Okay, let's do it then.
But this time we can actually charge attack. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
charging again. So you like spend your turn riding back through the woods, and they're all like, "Son of a horse, come at us, you damn British bastards! I'll rape your
Are they all
women."
like buffed with passions?
Yes.
Except for
Oh.
one.
Except
Okay.
for the one on the right.
I
who's
haven't
mine,
passioned
but-
up, but okay. Well, let's see how it goes.
So you don't get your charge bonus. You don't get a +5 charge, and you don't get your because this is not the first charge.
Yeah.
And you also
okay.
don't get your mounted bonus first.
But we get an attack
Can we-
and move.
Can we
so
take a passion?
Yes. You can take a passion if you'd like.
I'm not.
I'm
I
gonna
do not
Take
hate
your clothes off and
Saxons.
start running around again.
Are these
I don't know, take a risk.
Saxons?
Yes, they technically are Saxons.
Oh man, I should have rolled hate Saxons. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
You
Loyalty.
will gain a check in loyalty lord to Earl Roderick as you are doing his orders. What is your choice, Sir Aurelius?
I'm just going to attack.
Okay, very well. Let's roll for Aurelius first. 12 will hit.
Come on, Aurelius, kill him. Roll high, man.
Ah,
Okay, so he's actually going to get the blow in here.
But you have a partial success. So, do you have
Yep.
do you have reinforced?
I believe so.
Yeah. Then you don't gain.
Okay,
damage,
you don't
man.
take any damage. What is your size?
My size is 13.
Okay, I need you to make a dex check.
Horsemanship,
sorry.
right?
Horsemanship, because you're mounted.
Yeah. Come on, Aurelius. Yes.
You succeed. You are not mocked from your horse. Next up is versus Robert. He also succeeds. Stabbing his greatsword at Robert, who is equally impassioned.
That's a crit.
It is.
So Robert just like rides in and he's just like, and he
Robert's-
yells, "Gwit!" He's like, "Roderick!" And he just, you know,
Robert's just tearing through people.
Okay. Let's see this attack.
holy shit.
Yep, you slice through this guy.
Very nice.
The one facing Sasha also succeeds, even though his skill is 3. Oh shit! Get owned! Shit! You're using a sword, aren't you? Fuck! Actually, I'm the one that gets owned.
Because it's tie.
Yep. So
Nice.
you slice his great spear in half, and he goes, "Oh well, it was a bad day already." He offers to surrender.
I personally will accept your surrender.
Very well. You will remove him from the battle. Actually, you'll need to spend your next turn having your squire take control of him, if you'd like to
very well.
do so during the battle. Okay.
I am a merciful man.
All right, you guys are declaring first this time. What would you like to do?
Squire, take him.
Aurelius is going to strike at the one in front of him.
Okay. Robert?
Robert will also strike at the one that's before Aurelius.
All right.
Actually, no. Yeah, Robert will do that. Yeah, I said
Okay.
that. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna retcon
get him
that.
out of
Yeah,
the way.
Once I
All right,
Yeah.
movement phase. The guy moves here. We start with the squire roll. Need a squire check. I believe. How old is your squire right now, Sasha?
Let's see. I think it was 16. Let me double check. I have it written down. 17.
Okay, roll a d20. So he kind of like trips over the woods. He's having trouble getting untangled from the horses. The bandit is standing there like, "Come on, capture me any day now," and you're just like, "Ugh, squires."
I'm sorry.
You should just let him off yourself.
So we've got. So here's the thing: we've got this aside where you and him are just like sitting there. He's like tapping his foot, and you're like, "I'm sorry, Listen, it's normally not like this." And then we've got Sir Robert in the background, like Spartacusing. He's like, "Wah!" His people's heads falling off, and you're just like, "Listen, I'm really sorry about this."
It could be worse. I mean, if you just look over there.
So this final dude is